Hello and welcome. My name is Alice Wilcox, your soul architect and energetic alignment mentor, and I'm the host of the Revolutionary Femme podcast. This is a podcast where we explore what true revolutionary change means, what it means for you, and what it means for your life. Where playing small and dimming your light are not the energy. It's not the vibe at all. It's where alignment and energetic embodiment come together through human design and somatics in new and really powerful ways. It's knowing that your soul codes are written through ancient wisdom and modern science. It's where we lean in and trust that we know the truth of who we are, and the remembrance of our soul. Because this is not about becoming someone else. This work on the planet is not about becoming someone else. It's about unbecoming everything that we're not. So allow your multifaceted human to reclaim your ruthless authenticity and be empowered to rise. Let's dive in. Hi, this is Alice from Soul Aligned Power, and I'm here with my Human Design series. This is the first of the series. I'll be diving deep into different aspects of human design, but I was in one of my programs yesterday, and we ended our session, and someone had asked me, they really want to, as we move along on this path of diving into human design, they want to know, how do we use human design really to empower ourselves and our life and to move us forward? So before I get into that, I just want to tell you a little bit about human design, just in case you don't know. There may be people listening here that have no idea what human design is and how it can help them, how it can empower them. So human design is really the science of differentiation. It's really an owner's manual for our human vehicle, this human body that we came into this incarnation with. Human design is a synthesis of 4 ancient wisdom traditions and modern science. So we're looking here at astrology, the Hindu chakra system, the Chinese I Ching, the Kabbalah tree of life, and epigenetics and quantum physics. So sometimes people will ask me, well, what do all of these systems have in common that they would come together to create this new, bigger system? And what they have in common is archetypes, which, of course, are just simply neutral concepts of what it's like for us in this human experience. So human design also shows us how we're uniquely wired to thrive. It's really this, we're looking at this energetic blueprint when we're looking at our chart. It's a way of cataloging the story we're telling about who we are. And it really shows us our strengths, our weaknesses. Human design really sheds light on all your emotional, your psychological, and energetic makeup when you're looking at this chart. It's giving you the self-awareness and tools to really align with your unique nature, this specific differentiated nature that you have, and it allows you to step into your highest potential in every area of your life. So this energetic blueprint is not only the map, but it's also the medicine. So when you are looking at your body graph chart, you are looking basically at a map of your energetic makeup. And you're also looking at the medicine, which are one of the 64 archetypical energies that you came into this incarnation with to explore. So your human design really gives you a Rolodex of the archetypes you're here to explore through your soul curriculum. And it allows you to maximize and hold this full potential of who you are, really showing you all the possibilities and potentials that are really available to you through these archetypes to create this true story of who you are. It helps you redefine who you are by crafting this new, more powerful narrative that aligns you with truly who you are, not your conditioning that you grow up with. So human design really supports you in asking, who am I really? Who am I? And who do I want to grow into and evolve into this lifetime? The purpose of human design is really to bring you closer to who you're meant to be this lifetime. It's a tool. It's simply a tool. And human design is the map to help you know where your pain is coming from. If you're experiencing pain and struggle, we all do. You can look at your human design chart. You can look at the archetypes that are within your chart and they can guide you on this path of healing. So human design is not about becoming someone else. It's about unbecoming everything that you are not. So how to use your human design to empower your life, that's a whole other thing. So the only way to really find out what's the truth for you is living your experiment every day. And that's what this is. It's an experiment. It's a living, walking, breathing experiment that you walk out into the world. And it's here for you to see what it feels like truth for you. So there are a number of ways to do it, but I'm going to touch on a few here. Simple, different ways to really start to embody, understand, and embody your design. So to start to understand your definition, this is what determines your type, which is the first thing we dive into in human design is our energy type. There are 5 energy types. There are manifestors, there are generators, manifesting generators, projectors, and reflectors. So where you're defined makes up and determines what energy type you are. So when you're defined, or where you're defined, is where you influence other people. This energy, when you look at your body graph, the defined centers are the ones that are colored in. Anything colored in for you is defined, it's consistent, it's familiar, it's there for you 24/7 to use. It's very familiar to you. So this is consistent and reliable energy for you. This is where you build trust in yourself and your energy. You can look at it this way. Life is a big school. We came into this incarnation, we came into this being, and it's school. It's a life school. So your defined centers, when you're looking at your chart, these colored in centers, these are classes that you've completed and passed before coming into this incarnation. An example, I have a defined sacral and a defined throat, and they're directly connected. My sacral is connected to my throat through the 3420 channel, which really that energy is about power in the now. So over my life, I've grown to trust my authentic voice. When my sacral says yes, when this gut level intuition says yes, always without fail, whatever I say or do creates satisfaction and peace in my body and in my life. And that has allowed me to build trust in my decisions, in who I am. And so for me, it's all about hearing that clear yes from this sacral, from this energy, this defined energy. It's very familiar to me. It's very powerful for me. So we can also start to understand from our undefined centers. And this is where you're influenced by other people. Again, looking at your chart, you can see anything that is white, that is open or undefined, meaning that you are influenced by other people and the environments that you place yourself in. So through being influenced by others, you're really bringing in energy and amplifying it, reflecting it back, and filtering it through any activated gates that you have in your center. Anything that has no activations in it at all is considered an open center, completely open. Anything that has a gate activated or a channel there, just a gate, that's an undefined center. So this is where you're building trust in the universe. And these are classes that you're really here to complete this time around. These are classes that this is where you're learning. This is where you're making your mistakes, being conditioned, and you're learning and gaining trust and wisdom through these centers. And also intuition lives in these centers. So an example, I have an undefined emotional solar plexus, meaning I'm not really experiencing lots of emotional energy on my own at all, internally, consistently. It just doesn't happen for me. Now, my husband, on the other hand, he has a defined solar plexus. And again, I knew years ago, before I ever heard of human design, that we were definitely different energetically, for sure. I don't have the high highs or the low lows of emotional energy naturally. I'm a true empath. I bring in other people's energy and I amplify it. So in that, I experience all of that emotional energy of other people and environments that I'm in. So I'm constantly had to ask myself over my lifetime, is this mine or is it somebody else's? Like when I'm by myself, when I'm in my own space, in my own aura, I don't feel that way. And that feels very natural to me. So this is where I need to have that strong connection and trust and faith in the universe, that what I'm feeling is correct for me. Another way is really understanding your strategy in life. And your strategy in life, each energy type has a specific different strategy. It's really how you interact with the world. It's asking the questions of how does it feel? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like for me as I'm walking through my day and walking through my life? What does all of this feel like as a manifester? What does their strategy of initiating and informing feel like for them? What does it look like for them? What does it sound like for them as a manifester? Because when we are living our strategy, we are reducing any resistance that we may bump into. For a generator, what does responding look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? Things coming in from the outside world for us to respond to with our sacral, getting that intuitive sacral, that gut level, yes, no. Is it good for me? Is it not good for me? And then what does it look like for myself as a manifesting generator? What does it look like to be responding and informing? What does it feel like? What does it sound like for me? What does an invitation feel like and look like and sound like for that projector? Because if they're not getting those invitations, if they're not waiting and listening to their authority of, is this invitation good for me? What does this invitation feel like? Am I just accepting this invitation because I feel I'm going to be left out? What does all of that feel like in your body? And for a reflector, what does a 28-day moon cycle for them? They have to wait. They have to go through 28 days of going through all 64 of the archetypes, of the gates, to really be able to see what's best for them. What does it look like for them? What does it feel like for them? Powerful embodied reflectors, if you're a reflector, they know themselves and their energy so well as they go through this 28 days to see what they feel like. They go through that and they can feel it. So there are things that are unique and nuanced for all of us as we work with our strategy. What we want to understand is what's true for us, what feels good and right for us always. That's the bottom line. What feels good and right? We have to get out of our heads and into our bodies to know what that looks like and what that feels like. Something else that we want to be aware of to use this information to empower us is understanding what gives us energy and what drains our energy. There are global overarching themes for each type, but everything may not be true for you. You have to feel it as truth. You have to take the whole chart. You have to look at your whole chart and take the entire picture into consideration. You have to take your gate activations. You have to take your channels that are activated. You have to take the center definition and your profile. So you have to take the whole thing in and notice it. Start to notice everything. Simply go through your day and notice what gives you energy and what drains your energy. It's that simple. We like to try to complicate things in life because we were really taught that way. It's not that hard. It's pretty simplistic. If we are living in our body, if we're living through our body wisdom, that wisdom will guide us wherever we need to go. It's the ego that gets in the way. It's all of the conditioning. It's everybody else's voice that is in our head. It can be that simple. And one thing you can do to help you to start to navigate this, and it's really a deconditioning process. And that's what we're doing as we're living this experiment. We are deconditioning ourselves out of things that don't feel good anymore. We know they don't feel good. Okay, so what do? We take this information and we start to experiment with it. One thing you can do is do a body scan. It's very simple. Learn the language your body's speaking to you. You don't need to hear anybody else's voice. You just need to drop into your own body. This is a great way to start to tap into your energy, your strategy, and your authority. And your authority is your wisest decision-making process. And it is, I'm going to give you valuable information right now. It's never from your head. There's only one very small percentage of people that need to kind of come from their headspace, and it's really not even that. But for everybody else, it's never from your head. There's just the wisest decisions are always made from somewhere else in your body. So as you notice what gives you energy and what drains you, you can start to understand, bring awareness to, embody and live your design. So what does that mean, do a body scale daily? It's pretty simple. You can do it any time of day. You can do it multiple times a day. And all that really means is to find a quiet place, whether you have to go into a bathroom yourself to get away from your kids, whether you have to walk out during lunch at work. Take that time. Find a quiet place for 5 minutes. Close your eyes. Take your awareness away from your mind. Drop out of your head and into your heart. And as you're doing that, put your hand over your heart and imagine you're breathing in this heart awareness directly in through your hand as your hand is touching your heart. That's powerful when you can get out of your head and drop into your body, okay? And just allow yourself to bring it deep inside your body and then just gently scan. Start from the top of your head, go through your whole body. Take the time to go through every area of your body, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, and then come back up again. And now just sit and feel how your body feels at this present moment. Then see how it feels when you're in contact with other people, when you bring your aura back in with other people. Because once you're away from people and you have that awareness of what it really feels like in your body, once you step back in with other people and other environments, you will see that sharp contrast of how you are feeling at that point. Feel how you feel in different situations also. Feel how you feel in work. That's a great one for people. I know for myself, I say this to all my clients. I could never, as a manifesting generator, our life is as generators, our life gives us, our work is our life. That's what we are here to do. We're here to love what we do, master what we do, and enjoy it. If I couldn't do that, I would be angry and I would be frustrated all the time. See what you feel like with friends and family. Notice how you feel in social gatherings with different people. When you go out to dinner with people, notice how you feel one group of friends compared to the other group of friends or family members. When you're sleeping, specifically for projectors and reflectors, you need at least 2 nights a week sleeping away from other people. It allows you to clear your aura. So you're really asking yourself, what's in alignment for me and what's not? And how do you know what's in alignment for you and how don't you? How do you know what is not in alignment for you? Start to notice what that feels like and looks like in your body. And always notice how you feel alone versus how you feel around other people. Start to really pay attention to that. It will tell you volumes, especially if you're truthful about this to yourself. Once you start doing this, you may see that you need to make adjustments. If you're in toxic environments and you know it's not healthy for you, you may need to make adjustments. You may be leaving people behind. You may be making great changes in your life over the next few years or months. So just pay attention. How you feel alone versus how you feel around certain people in certain environments. And another thing you can do is practice pure aura time. This is something that ultimately, hopefully, you can do. You can take 15 minutes per undefined or open center, those centers that are white. If you don't have time to start out with 15 minutes, start out with 3 to 5 minutes. Look at your chart, count how many open or undefined centers you have. These are the white centers again. And take that time. I have 2 completely open centers. I have 7 defined and 2 completely open. So I need at least a half hour a day of pure aura time for me to discharge and decondition all of that energy that's running through those centers that I'm bringing in and amplifying them. So if you have 4 white centers, then you need an hour a day, at least, to discharge and decondition. And this is how you start to empower yourself and use human design in a very practical, down-to-earth way. It doesn't have to be woo-woo. It's not woo-woo. This is simply energetic mechanics. It's energetics. And these are the things that we're not really taught. Unless you go out and search and try to make changes in your life, you stay caught up in the wrong energies, out of alignment. So finally, just look at everything you're playing with and testing out in human design and just contemplate, what's true for me? Be truthful. Are you honoring or dishonoring who you really are and what you want to do in life? That'll make a huge difference how you answer that. And set daily intention to notice your energy and alignment. Get to know your design. It has to be done with intention and awareness. You can ask yourself these following questions. How does my energy feel when I'm talking to my boss, the annoying colleague, my best friend, my spouse, my children, my mom, my dad? How does my energy feel? These will be red flags. They'll be green lights. They will tell you exactly what to do. How does my work make me feel? Each energy type has an emotional theme and it has a signature. As a manifesting generator, my emotional theme is frustration and anger. My signature is satisfaction and peace. So I know when I'm frustrated or I'm angry, I'm engaged with people and situations that I don't like, that are not lighting me up. They aren't fulfilling for me. They're not what I'm supposed to be doing. I know it isn't always practical. Sometimes, of course, we're living in the 3D world. We're living with other people. We have to do things that we don't absolutely love. But we have to have the conscious awareness to make sure that we minimize it as much as possible. With your boundaries, with being honest with yourself. These are the things that are going to help you and empower you with using human design as a tool. How does my defined center, pick a center. How does my defined head help me? This consistent energy, how does this help me? How do I feel in this defined root center today? Thinking about those things. How does my undefined solar plexus feel today? How does my undefined head, that energy, am I living in the shadow aspect, in the emotional theme of that center? Am I overthinking? Am I becoming overwhelmed? Am I anxious? Am I asking questions all the time that really don't need to be answered? Am I asking the questions, why, what, how do I do this? That is energy. That's the shadow aspect of these energies. So really getting to understand how that energy feels. And how do you feel in that energy today, in this very moment, with this specific people? So, hopefully this information was enlightening for you. I'm going to be doing more, continuing a series in human design. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below. And I will see you in the series. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please remember to like and share it. You can find me on social media, Alice Wilcox on Facebook, and on Instagram at Soul Line Beauty. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye for now.